All right, everybody. I'm here. I am here. Fear not. Well, I don't think you were genuinely afraid. But, hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream. See, so I was smart again, and I started the game early, so that way we'd be able to do cool stuff. So yes. Absolutely, Rev. I'm super excited. So for anybody who is unaware, obviously this is God of War, and earlier this week there was an announcement by PlayStation / Sony, whoever, and they are coming out with God of War Ragnarok, essentially a sequel to this, which portrays Thor essentially the way he looks in Marvel Endgame. So he's got like the chonk. But don't tell him that because he'll probably kill you immediately. Just FYI. But yeah. And look, it's Mathewin! And resubscribing. Thank you so much. Great to have you as always. So I hope everybody had a good week. I know I personally actually I had a pretty decent week overall. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm super excited, you guys. I finally got my VR treadmill. So let me show you here. It's actually just past where the camera can see. So that's it right there. That is my VR treadmill. It's like just beyond my my green screen there. So I'm super excited. It arrived on Thursday, and so I'm like, yes! Now I can do like actual fun cardio because I can be in a game and running around and doing stuff. And so I go and I get it set up and I'm super stoked and I plug it in and it doesn't freaking work. And I'm so mad right now. And you all have no idea. And so I'm legitimately trying to stay positive in the sense of, like, I tried it on my laptop. My laptop is a POS, right? It can't run games to save its life. But the thing is that, like, I have it, it is in my possession, and theoretically it can get fixed. I confused essentially the entire team in China at the manufacturer as they were trying to figure it out. So between the customer service folks and literally talking directly to the engineers, it's awful. Oh, okay. Here we go. We're going to listen to the story real quick.
I got that. So you want a corker, do you? Very well, my brothers. I'll tell you the story of Hrungnir, the brawler, the real story.
There was a huge battle, right? The shrine had him in the middle, fighting off Aesir.
A pretty story, but... No. Hrungnir, you see, was born with neither head nor heart. So the giants had to complete him with stone. He was strong, to be sure, but also a perfect simpleton. Odin met him wandering in Midgard one day. Found him so amusing, so harmless, so gullible, that he invites him back to his palace in Asgard. There he gives Hrungnir his fill of mead. And goads him into all manner of boasts and antics, all for the amusement of the court. I saw the Aesir laugh as Hrungnir leapt upon his shield and swore he'd kill us all and take our womenfolk back to Jotunheim. Does he laugh? Oh no. Thor takes one look at the drunken stone buffoon, brings down Mjolnir on his head so hard that he's got chunks of Hrungnir in his own skull to this day. So startled by the faceful of rock, he doesn't notice Hrungnir's body topple right onto him with a sickening crunch. And again, the roars of laughter echo through the palace halls.
That's an awful story, Mimir. Nothing like the ones Mother told me.
Let that be a lesson, my son. Truth is seldom so pretty as myth and legend.
I think it was a cool story. But anyway, yes. So it's actually kind of interesting because I was talking to my wife about this the other day and how strong men look. because if you look at strongmen, so the example in this particular case was Brian Shaw. For those of you who don't know, Brian Shaw is a 4-time World's Strongest Man champion. So he is like the strongman. I mean, he is not only legit, he is superb at this stuff. And the thing is, if you look at him, he looks huge. Like, he looks fat. He really does. But the thing is that he actually has a really cool YouTube channel for anybody who's curious, where he shows, like, his training regimens and stuff. But they had interviews with his wife. And she was talking about how she's like, yeah, I'll go in to give him a big hug, and all I hit is, like, wall of muscle. There's nothing really, like, cuddly about him. He's just pure beefy. And the particular image that we were looking at was he was at a competition and he was getting ready to deadlift about 1,000 pounds. So yeah, he's crazy huge, dude. But yeah, I agree. That's the look that they have with Thor. Like the look that they made for Thor Ragnarok is not so much Endgame Thor as it is, you know, like one of these insane strongmen Thors. You know, like Thor, the strongman, more commonly known as the Mountain from Game of Thrones, but actually known as Hafthor Bjornsson. That dude is also insanely strong. I think he actually holds the deadlift record of like 1,200 pounds or something like that. Like, just think about that. This dude can lift a car off of the ground. Literally. Like, that's insane. Yeah, I shouldn't have too many bot issues, but thanks guys for watching out. But yeah. Yeah, so the dehydrated, so that's the difference though, is, you know, bodybuilders are often extremely unhealthy because they'll typically starve themselves for days or even weeks before competitions so that they can look really good. You hear that a lot from actors as well. So even like, what's his name? Chris Hemsworth talked about that. So he and Hugh Jackman both talked about it, how before they would do shirtless scenes for the Marvel movies, they literally would barely even drink even water. They wouldn't eat anything. They wouldn't drink anything for like 3 days before they did a shirtless scene so that they had that super cut look. And the thing is, it's really, really unhealthy to do that. But like Brian Shaw, he weighs something like 450 pounds. The thing is, though, that he has like I think it's 15 or 20% body fat, something like that. It's something like really typical. And so he has to go in for underwater weighing like every month or something like that to keep track of his actual numbers, because as I'm sure a lot of you know, the whole point of underwater weighing is for muscly people like that. Because even if you have a guy who's like 6'8" and weighs 450 pounds, doing a BMI-based examination is going to make it seem like they are insanely out of shape and ridiculously obese, when in fact they could probably crush your skull with one hand because they're so freaking strong. And that's all it is. It's just pure unbridled strength. So yeah, it's incidentally, if y'all haven't done so, I recommend watching some of those strongmen shows. I think they're really, really cool. I genuinely enjoy seeing them. because I'm just like, there's no freaking way that he can do that. And then I'm just like, holy crap, he did that. Not to mention, like, there are things where right now actually happening, it's not really a competition, but it's more a, what's it called? It's more a, like a qualifier. That's what it is. A qualifier for an invitational where women are competing in elephant bar deadlifts. So hang on, I gotta count my squats. Okay, so women are competing in elephant bar deadlifts. They're not doing it for men this year, but the minimum for women's elephant bar deadlifts was like 325 pounds or something like that. And like, to me, it sounds insane, right? Like I can't deadlift much. I certainly can't deadlift that much. But the thing is, that is the bare minimum, just to say it's like, oh yeah, you can show up type of thing. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, the alerts are working now. The cruise control thing is back up and running. I don't know what was going on last time. It was very strange. But either way, yeah, there was that, and then, for the men, they had something that's referred to as the circus barbell. So, for anyone who's unfamiliar with the circus barbell, it's the things that you see in like the old timey videos of ye old strongmen, where it's like the very stereotypical bar with the big giant balls on the ends. So, men have the what's referred to as the snatch barbell lift. So this is an Olympic lift. And the idea of what you do is essentially you grab the bar with one hand. So you grab the bar one-handed while like in a squat, and then you kind of explode upwards and lift it above your head. And that's essentially the snatch. So if you guys have watched the Olympics, if you watched anything from Tokyo or any of the other Summer Olympic Games, the common, essentially in the Olympics, the way it works is there's two lifts that they do. They do the clean and jerk and the snatch. And the way it works in the Olympics is they sum up the total weight that you lift between the two of them, and whoever lifts the most total gets the gold medal. That's how it works in the Olympics. But for this particular case, this is a one-handed snatch. So you literally have one hand on the bar, you explode up and lift it above your head. Minimum weight for men, one-handed snatch, 220 pounds. 220 pounds, one-handed, lifted above your head. I'm like, no. like, no. I mean, no. It's insane how strong these people are. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's interesting because I remember watching a thing about Unbreakable. So one of the original and actually good M. Night Shyamalan movies, where so it's not really spoilery, and partially because it's an old movie, but also because it doesn't really give a huge amount away. But hey, look, it's the serpent. Sup, serpent, bro? But in the a Japanese accent. Oh my god, I'm gonna sound like Mickey Rourke from Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's gonna be so racist. All right, let me at least do my squats first before I start the timer. Anyway, yeah, these guys are like crazy super strong and it's insane. All right. But that's the thing is that the, like in animes, the people who do the English dubbing don't speak with like an accent. They just speak normally. I mean, they only speak with an accent if the character has some kind of an accent. That's the only time they do it. Like if the character has some kind of a lisp or whatever. Or, you know, like if their face is partially covered or whatever, and so they would naturally have, like, not necessarily like a ghostly speech pattern, but something less clear. Okay. Way to bring me your best anime. I mean, I could just be super exaggerated about every single thing that I do, but here, let me get my clock up here. Hey, I have an alarm in 2 days, you guys. That sucks. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. 2 minutes. So, let me think here. Japanese. God dang. I really don't want to sound racist. That's the problem. I don't know. What's a good example of a Japanese accent? Are there good examples of, like, not racist Japanese accents? I legitimately don't know. I can be kawaii. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I'm legitimately just trying to think. Don't worry, I'm gonna do it. I'm just... I just really, really, really don't want to do this, you know, poorly. with no thought to, you know, being a total douchewad. Because I really don't want to sound like a douchewad. Okay. All right.
I can fire more arrows next time. Let's get to work.
Kurosawa. It's been so long since I've seen a Kurosawa. Okay. Well, here, let's see what we can do. Okay. So we'll go ahead and try it. So here, I'll start the timer. So, we try to speak, oh, whoops. I put on hours instead of started the timer. There, now the timer is started. And so we put the little breathiness to the words. And we say things like ice. For those who do not know, in Japanese, ah is not a sound that is in alphabet. It sounds like ah. So rice and rice are very similar. And so it can become very hard to do, and I hope I not sound too racist when I do this. But I try my best, based off of bad TV show and movie. Make for very dangerous combination for me. Hope I not get banned for being bad person. Oh. Yes, the George Takei. Oh God, I was just thinking, it's like I could totally do George Takei. Oh my. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is such a bad example of what not to do. It's just nobody do that, please.
Let's go.
I feel like a terrible person. I really do not mean disrespect. I legitimately do not. Please, everybody, don't chastise me. At least not super badly. Because I don't think I really deserve it. Maybe I do. I gotta find what I need to do here. So I'm looking for the third, what's it called, to unlock this chest here. Let me see what I can find. We didn't need a racist bot invasion. You know what, Rev? I'm really trying, okay? You know, I really am. I'm trying not to be terrible. I don't want to be terrible. I don't want to sound bad and racist. I feel like there's... Oh, look, there's a little work gate thing. I don't like the fact that this work gate showed up when I made all this stuff happen. You know what, Winnis? You're the one who picked Japanese. So I would argue that you are far more culpable than Rev. Just saying. Oh crap, they got skulls. Run away, run away. Run, boy! Also, while you're at it, look for that that last thing. How many? Oh god, there's 3 of them? Yeah, no, this is not going to work. Run, 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 run! Rev, you are horrible. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Ah, dang it. Seriously, how did they get over here? Did they teleport? Or am I just running in circles? I think I'm just running in circles. Okay, now when you say Mexican, what are we talking here? Crap, I don't know how to get down. This is bad. My wife would be very upset with me if I did the Mexican accent that I'm thinking of. She is not happy with the way I do a Mexican accent. It is not a good Mexican accent. Ah, dang it. It doesn't let me climb down when I'm in the middle of combat. Okay. Maybe I can just try to sound like Carlos Mencia. Or, what's his name? Gabriel Iglesias. He's not too bad, right? So there you go. 2 minutes on the clock. So let's think. Tacos, burritos. You see, when I want to do a Mexican accent now, I want to make sure that it is not super overdone. But still that it is, how do you say, noticeable? Wait, no, that's not it. Taco, burrito. I need to channel Luis Guzman. Luis Guzman. What are you doing, bro? Why are you like this? This is Tacos Hermanos. We cannot do this if there is only Taco Hermano. Stuff like that. Incidentally, Ryan Reynolds' movie, Turbo. Very good movie. That sounded more Russian. Let's think. It's really difficult not to go overboard with it. Whatever, I'm trying, Matewin. I'm trying. The problem is that in all of the movies and TV shows, it shows Mexicans as very, very racist stereotypes. All they do is sit around, eat tacos, and take siestas. See, this is the problem. This is a very bad situation because there are so few good examples of actual Mexican accents that you can play off of. But that's what I mean. I want to avoid the Speedy Gonzalez Mexican. Because that level of Mexican is just so racist that it is untenable. And it is unforgivable. So I at least try to do something that sounds vaguely Mexican, but is not too terrible. Sounds like a Mexican gave birth to a Russian. This is true. The game wasn't even in sepia or sepia, however you want to pronounce it. So we couldn't tell that we were in Mexico. I guess that means that I wasn't authentic enough. That's the problem. See? Yeah. Incidentally, I used to own a sombrero. I am proud to say that I no longer do. Let's go. Although it is perfectly valid headwear. Texas is often in sepia as well. This is true. I mean, anywhere near the southern border, you can effectively get away with sepia, whatever. Brown, okay? You put a brown filter over everything, and now suddenly you're in the South. Oh my God, I'm all sweaty. Gross. God, I look disgusting. Jesus, I'm sorry. Oh. I should have worn a bigger shirt. Okay. There. You don't have to look at me. Okay. Oh, yeah, the hawk cry. Well, I mean, you could make an argument that the hawk cry is also Australia. Because, you know, when you're in the outback, out of water, trying desperately to find a source of food, then that cry means you're about to be dead. Also, it's every single spaghetti western ever. Alright, what am I still doing? I'm trying to find this last thing. I can't find it. Where is it? I'm worried that I have to defeat the dudes in the warp gate in order to find this last thing. And that's not ideal. Oh, the didgeridoo. Oh yeah, I can see the didgeridoo. I mean, well, just like the Swiss Alps is the oh my God, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I know this. What is it? Alpine horn. That's what it is. I know. I was like, I know it's something that's like really obvious. But yeah, you got the Alpine horns. I remember in the episode of The Simpsons when they went to Australia and Lisa wanted to get a didgeridoo. Just so much fun to say, didgeridoo. Incidentally, here's a lesson for all of you. Australian 101. If you want to talk in an Australian accent, or at least say a particular phrase, say rise up lights, right? But don't enunciate everything so much. If you say rise up lights, it's razor blades in an Australian accent. Rise up lights. Razor blades. Just fun fact for you. The didgeridoos and don'ts. I may have gotten that backwards. It might be you say razor blades and it's rise up lights in Australia. No, I think I had it right the first time. Razor blades. Either way, there you go. Fun factoid. It's a stupid, somewhat, not quite racist factoid. I mean, is it racist if it's about, like, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to tell now. I don't know. I feel like a bad person not knowing what's racist. I'm just gonna stop talking. That sounds like a better idea. Oh, there you are, you stupid little son of a rune. So anyway, I hope that everybody had a good week. Like I said, I got my fancy treadmill thing, and then I basically broke China. I now actually have a whole bunch of cool Chinese testing software programs on my computer. It's actually, it's specifically hardware testing. And hang on, I'm going to start from a squat and keep myself bent over so that you all don't have to look at me too much. But yeah, so like the entire engineering team for this treadmill thing cannot figure out what is wrong with my stuff, and they just said, oh yeah, you just have to wipe your computer. And I'm like, yeah, how about no? That's a better idea. I am not wiping my computer in order to make this stupid thing work. It should work because, you know, this is a product I paid for and it should work. But yeah. Well, yeah, I was bending over because I saw the last time that, like, I was all super sweaty and, like, the shirt was seriously sticking to my body, and it was very unpleasant. So, yeah. Not good. I don't remember what I was thinking about. I'm just trying to see what some of this other stuff is, essentially. Oh, that's right. There was the boat crew thing that I got. So I remember it was hilarious because last time I played this, towards the end, when I came back here to the lake, then the boy was essentially like, hey, you know, we could go off and do a bunch of side quests. That would be cool. There we go. Did extra. Incidentally, I did work out this morning. I did a big run. So yeah, that was pretty cool. You and Zero Dawn like Horizon Zero Dawn? That's an awesome game. I'm just saying. I still get confused between the controls of this and that sometimes. Well, I haven't played Horizon in quite a while.
Let's go.
Well, clearly I've been here already because the chest is smashed. Alright, so we got a Realm Rift here. I don't know why I'm calling it a Realm Rift. Is that what they refer to it as? Realm Tear. Sorry. I'm used to saying Realm Rift for reasons that shall remain nameless. You're like halfway through. I have no idea how far through I am with the game. God dang it. Oh, shoot, I remember these guys. These guys are really bad news. Dang it! Yeah, I vaguely remember trying that before and again failing.
Let's go.
But yeah, today was cardio day. I really wanted it to be VR cardio, but alas, that was not to be, unfortunately. I wonder how I can get to this. Hey, I know. Let's go to this place called the Isle of Death. That sounds like a great vacation spot. At the very least, we can probably get in cheap. Vulture tourism, yo. It's the way to do it. It's frustrating because it doesn't let me put a marker for it.
Something down there.
Alright. Oof. So incidentally, anybody have any fun plans for the weekend at all? Any exciting stuff for you all?
You want a beach here?
Well, this is a new dock, so that's good. I'm gonna wreck your D&D players tonight. That's probably not good. Winnis, are you taking your anger out on your D&D players? You shouldn't do that. It's not nice. You're gonna teach a second kid how to parallel park? Oh, I feel sorry for your car. Although it can be done reasonably easily with the right tools and everything. I remember when I learned to parallel park, we used what's it called? We just used like traffic cones to indicate the sides of a thing. What the fuck? What are you trying to be Shoto Todoroki here, bro? No, you're going down. Take that.
Were all those guys part of his crew? That's a tough crew.
And always responsibility.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Does it frighten you? Responsibility.
No. I don't think so.
Excuse you, it's pronounced responsibility.
Why is that?
Well, being out here with you makes me feel more grown up.
How many aboleths are too many at level? Oh, jeez. Yeah. Aboleths and level 3 characters don't get along too well.
Boy.
Yes, sir.
Or they get along great, depending on your opinion of what getting along means. So, there you go. I mean, if you have a very loose definition of getting along. Sweet little boy, get along. Get 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 along. Oh, that sweet little boy, get along. Get along, get along, get along. Sweet little boy, get along. Fine, I didn't want to hit it anyway. Okay, light on. Oh no, Realm Terror. I really feel sorry for your players, Winnis. You should not do these things to them. This is very, very unpleasant. You warn them? Warning D&D players about something bad that's going to happen seldom works in my experience. I mean, to be fair, everybody knows that a sign like that is simply saying, this is where all the cool treasure is. So, there you go. There we go. This is probably going to end somewhat poorly. Huh. Interesting. So maybe as it's going back up, I need to engage the thing.
Over here.
What? What? What, boy? What? God! Don't call me for no reason. This might do the trick. There we go. Would it be mean if there's no... Yes, of course it would be mean if there's no treasure. Obviously.
Let's go.
You're just a bad person. You should be ashamed. Shame. Oh, shoot. Sorry. It's so picky. I don't want to rotate counterclockwise. Nah, nah, nah. You can't make me. Thing. I don't even know where I'm going or what's going to be over here. It's probably going to be one of those realm tear fights where I end up dying a horrible, terrible, painful death. So it should be pretty entertaining. And if nothing else, is that not why we're here?
Let's go.
Well, it's not a realm tear, but it's still a dude.
Almost. If we could just find the other pieces of the language disc.
Here to make me do squats. Oh, bugger. I told you that's what was going to happen. See, nobody listens to me.
Let's go.
Let's try again. See, the problem is, it doesn't seem like there's any particular reason to do this. And yet, here I go again. Well, got a new boat.
Let's go.
Incidentally, I'm excited for this weekend, personally, because I don't have a huge amount of stuff going on. So I'm pretty stoked. It's not a common thing for me to not have much to do. I'm excited. I have a little bit to do. I've got a little bit of work to do, but not much. How's my thwarting of physics go? I have no idea what you're talking about, Rev. I would never thwart physics. I would never be so callous. Besides, everybody knows that you can't defy physics. It's a law. Right there in the name.
Seriously, how did this one captain lead so many men?
He had their loyalty, so they followed.
And then they all died. He must have been a bad leader.
Why do you think that?
Well, he led all these men to their deaths.
True, but these men chose to follow. Even good leaders make poor choices. The best take responsibility for them. Remember this.
He makes a very good point. You know, it's a horrible example to bring up, but at the same time, it's also the only example that people are really familiar with. The whole shtick with Nazi Germany and the idea of should you follow bad orders or orders that you disagree with.
Getting a letter here and there.
And
We need the rest of the language test.
I mean, fundamentally, it comes down to that's how our country was founded to an extent. Well, the U.S. was we were ordered to pay taxes, and people were like, F that mess. No, we're not doing it. Disobeying the rules. So it is an interesting thing to think about, but especially when it comes to militaristic stuff,
Father,
it's an
you ever a
intriguing
leader?
thing.
Many years ago, yes. I led men in battle.
were you a good leader?
It is complicated.
Did you ever?
More questions, boy. Focus on the task at hand.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I'm legit stoked for Ragnarok, you guys. I really am. Although I will say, I'm kind of upset because it's going to be a PS5 exclusive. And that means that if I want to play it, I'd have to get a PS5. Now that said, when it comes to the console wars, I have been leaning a lot more PlayStation than I have anything else. I mean, yes, I've got my computer and I play Steam games on it. You know, and all that stuff, but as far as actual consoles and console exclusivity, I'm mostly PlayStation. So, another perfect example, the Knights of the Old Republic is getting a remake. I am legitimately, amazingly stoked for this, you guys. It was announced earlier this week, and I cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be amazing. Now, it was, I think, originally said that it would be a PlayStation exclusive, but now they said that they are going to be doing a PC release as well. So I'm like, yeah, boy! But, yeah. Well, and exactly, that's the thing, is that any sort of revolution has to start with somebody disobeying what they're supposed to do. That's literally the definition. But, yeah.
That was the last ship. I hope the captain will be satisfied now.
Unlikely. He was determined to put these men to rest himself.
But he would have never been able to.
That does not matter to him. Our victory will remind him of his failure.
Then, why do we do this?
Duh, to get cool stuff. I think that's pretty obvious. Now tell me if I'm wrong, but shouldn't I do more damage against a fire ancient? Because isn't my axe, the Leviathan axe, like, isn't its whole shtick that it's all about, like, ice and whatnot? Well, that's a weird thing about Kratos, right?
Look here.
The whole God or not God. So, Kratos is a complicated bro. Damage types have been turned off. All I'm saying is that it makes sense. Oh, dang. It's time to
Why do you
go.
really want to help the spirit?
You need the experience.
I've had plenty of experience fighting these things. What's the real reason?
This man inspired loyalty. He took responsibility for his mistakes, and he was determined to fix them. These are good lessons for you.
Oh,
Yes. No.
We redeemed all the squats. Yay! You know, I think I may end up upping the amounts for the squats
you want to be cheer?
relatively soon. I don't know that. You know, never trust a realm tear, you guys. You know, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Nothing good comes out of a realm tear. Oh, unless it's just the realm tear dust stuff. That's fine. Oh! There is a special chest somewhere around here. Well, the only reason that it takes that long is just because I put the timer on it. I can very easily remove the timer. And we can go back to the way it was, where you guys can do unlimited redemptions. Because, let's be honest, I need the exercise. So see, me personally, I'm pretty excited for this weekend. I've got some cool stuff that's going to be arriving. Some stuff already has arrived. Tomorrow, I'm actually debating. I need to talk with my D&D players because I don't know if I'm going to have to do like a last minute cancellation because of the whole thing with the VR treadmill. So the treadmill, the manufacturer is based in China, and so all of the technical support is based off of Beijing time. And that means that it's essentially, you know, like, right, they essentially open right when my game is supposed to start and stuff. The problem is that I don't know if they're going to be able to help me tomorrow / Monday. So it's really frustrating. Just not knowing this stuff. Now, incidentally, I need to get to the smiths and get some upgrades to my equipment here. I'm not going to do it right now, but at some point I need to. Okay, well, never mind. I'm not going to do it then, Rev. Because I don't want to sit here and literally be doing squats for an hour straight. Although it would definitely get me that glutes of Zeus that we're looking for. Well, that's awesome, Winnis. I'm glad to hear it. It really sounds like the two of you are a great match. I'm so happy for you. Like, I really, really am. It's really good to hear. I'm super stoked that you found somebody. Because I know that you've been looking for a while, and you've been at least as patient as you can be given circumstances. Because it's not easy circumstances that you're in. I know. Speaking of circumstances, I gotta get to work in a little bit. Let me go ahead and turn in this quest. If I can remember where it goes. I don't understand why all of these mystic gates are locked. Is it just because I haven't like activated them? I don't know exactly what you need to do to sort of activate the gates in this game. Doesn't matter that much, but still. Now I wonder if this guy's gonna be like that other dude and his wife, where he had his wife attack me. I really hope
What's
not.
that down there?
Gold. There's gold in them there waters. Oh, see, that's a fun accent. Like a, you know, prospector. Ye old 49er. Yeah, I'm going to California. Gonna give me some gold. I'm gonna strike it rich. And shoot any motherfudger who comes onto my property. Yeah! Oh, the storeroom! Oh, shoot! Oh, dang, I can't stop now. Oh, I finally found the storeroom. I'm sorry, this is one of the quests for the dwarves, the smiths. So I really want to finish this up, because apparently there's supposed to be some really cool stuff.
Do you think that Fafnir went to Alpine too?
I do not know.
Aren't you curious? He sounds interesting.
We go to the storeroom to collect anything useful for our journey.
Yep.
Not to learn more about the dwarf.
Fafnir was a rather interesting fellow, little brother. Perhaps I'll tell you a story one day.
Incidentally, if you guys don't mind, if we can find somebody to raid after this, that would be fun. I don't have a particular preference as to who or what. It can be one of the crafter folks. I like the crafter folks. They're fun. They're pretty cool. Or somebody playing God of War. There we go. Dude! Seriously? You've got a little storeroom here. Bro! What the fudge? Oh, hula's on! Nice! Yes! We can do hula. Hula's awesome. So I think that we've been to hula before. So Texas Hula, as his name is, got his name from a biker gang.
Have you made it out of Fafnir's storeroom yet?
He got his name from a biker gang because when he joined, they asked him, like, I think it was like he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt or something like that. And so as part of his like initiation, they asked him to do the hula. And so he did. And so the name stuck. But he's a woodworker, and he's actually a really awesome woodworker. I believe, no, he's not retired. He has like a regular job, but he does woodworking on the side. And he's incredible. And I'm super jealous of his workshop because he's got an amazing array of tools that he works with. And he's really, really good. So yeah, we can do that. Oh, he always smelled of sunscreen, is that what it was? And so they thought of him as being from Hawaii or whatever. Either way, it was the biker gang-ish thing. I don't know if you'd really call it a biker gang. It's a club, very much in the sense of a club, as opposed to, you know, the literal biker gangs that, you know, make meth
I think I'm getting the hang
and
of this.
stuff like that. Not that type of biker gang. At least I don't think so. I hope not. Don't ask him. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't that type of biker gang. Maybe it was. He smelled like girly sunscreen.
Locked. Find another entrance.
Got it.
You don't know that he's not in a rough gang. He might be. Just probably. All I know is that I'm not going to say anything one way or the other. Because I honestly just don't know. Where is the third? Anybody see the third? I see a raven. That raven gonna die. Boosh! First time! Look at that. Like a friggin' sniper. Got that whole little thing with the little dashes to indicate my my elevation. I don't need none of that. I'm amazing. Okay.
What's that?
I hate when they do this. It's like two of them are so super blatantly obvious. And the third is who knows where. I will get going pretty soon. I just wanted to try out this the storeroom thing because I remember one of the dwarves was specifically asking for stuff from the storeroom, and it's one of my little side quests. And he said that if I find it, then he's gonna give me some cool axe upgrade. I believe it was. Mrs. Hoop. Oh, right. I get it, because hula
What's
hoop.
that?
That's funny. Where is the third? Okay, I'm sorry, but this is going to bug me until I find it. Like I said, I'm not going to be too long, don't worry. Well, I hope. It depends on how well hidden this is and or how stupid I am, which are not mutually exclusive.
Where to next?
And then after I do the thing, I'll get the raid going. Dang it! Where is it? I don't know. Maybe.
See something up there.
Yeah, I think I'll. Oh, thank you, boy. Dang it. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yes! My Spartan Rage is up. Okay, so let's real quick do this storeroom thing for the dwarf. Well, hopefully it's quick. I mean, it took me a little while to find. And then next week I'll be able to do the, what's it called? finish up the thing with the captain.
Boy,
Another map. Great. Looks like the Reavers made it inside. I hope they didn't take all the treasure.
I'm more hopeful that the storm is not super. It'll still never get old seeing all of those animations.
Stupid pop. Drama. No magical treasure. No what's.
keep your expectations low, boy, and you will never be disappointed.
See? Kratos knows my mentality! Thank you! Thank you! That is how I live my life. Keep expectations low, you won't be disappointed. It's not hard. If you never expect good things to happen, then when they don't happen, it doesn't
They
matter.
caught you off guard.
I wasn't expecting them.
Exactly.
Expect the unexpected. Tiny Toon Adventures, come and join the fun. And now our song is done. Anybody? No? Okay. Incidentally, for anybody curious, a whetstone, which is the thing that we're looking for, is a it's a device that is used to sharpen,
I'm ready.
well, anything really, but namely blades. So like I have a whetstone set that I use for my knives. Just as an example. Because I've got at least decent quality German knives. I've got
And
Wusthofs.
the stupid bird statue.
And useful resources. The main reason we are here, boy. However, many of these chests have been emptied.
Probably by the Reavers. I hope they didn't take Cindy's whetstone.
Whet. I know. I always say whetstone. Even though it's whetstone. Because it has the WH. But still. Incidentally, I saw a really fascinating documentary on Japanese swordsmiths. There's only a very small handful of like old school original style Japanese swordsmiths still around.
Maybe we'll even find the whetstone.
Remember what I told you about expectations, boy.
Keep them low. I remember. Still, good feeling.
Wait, didn't we already go this way? But yeah, so it was really cool to see. It was really neat to watch. They used the old techniques that were leveraged back in, I mean, it's not ancient times, but back in the feudal days to make like samurai katanas and stuff like that, like legit using tamahagane and all of that kind of stuff, like ye old techniques and things. Really fascinating documentary. And one thing that they showed was a professional sharpener. So he uses different types of whetstones with different grains. So normally the grains of whetstone that you'll see, or whetstone, it's just like sandpaper. The finer the grain, the finer the edge that you'll get out of it. And what you'll end up, in this particular case, what ended up happening is this particular guy ended up using whetstones at the very end that were so fine that they were literally
I was ready for them this time.
individual grains of sand
So I should keep my expectations low.
that he was
But always
running
expect an
along
attack?
the edge of the
It is a
blade
delicate balance.
to
Expect
keep
the worst,
the.
assume nothing, and
keep it.
always anticipate an attack.
It was really cool.
Sure is a lot to remember.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that it's not necessarily that Japanese steel is so bad. It's more that in the feudal era, it took a significant amount of time to make good quality steel. That's really all it was. Like, it took a ridiculous amount of effort to make the equipment that was good enough to be workable into like a katana and stuff like that. And that's more of what it's about, and that's why it takes so long. So they do something similar to like what you do with Damascus steel,
And only one room left.
where you fold it over and over and over and over to get thousands upon thousands upon thousands of layers of steel. And on top of that, they do carbon injections with dust, with really fine ash, to make actual steel, like carbon steel. And so the final product is incredibly strong and still some of the best weapons in human history. So it's amazing. It really is. That is true. The native iron is not so good, but the swordsmiths have come to the point where they've gotten good enough to make it so that it's high enough quality that they can make what they need to out of it. And they can make something that is exceedingly high quality through, yes, a very extensive and highly crafted, difficult process, but nonetheless it works and makes for an incredible final, sword in this particular case. It's a really cool thing. And while it's not a completely lost art, it is a mostly lost art. And that's really sad. But, yeah. So, either way, it's a really cool
Piss on
thing.
my corpse, you ungrateful little. Who are you two?
Oh, great. Just what I need, another side
We're looking
quest.
for a whetstone. Have you seen it?
Aye, there was one in this room. My son sharpened his dagger on it, right before stabbing me in the back.
What?
Rude.
Little bastard thought it was his turn to lead my crew. I was hard on him, sure. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. I did the same thing to my dad when I was his age.
He killed his own father?
Fairsies.
Where is he now?
Ha, he may be a bastard, but he's my bastard. You'll get no help from me, fool.
Then his dagger will help.
Hey! That's mine!
Come on, we are leaving.
I always forget that these games have target lock. On aboard! Take that. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not saying that the fact that the process is complicated speaks to necessarily the goodness of anything, but the fact is that, you know, you can end up making an exceedingly high quality product from what is otherwise relatively bad things. So like the Tamahagane iron that you get from the raw ore of like Japanese rocks, essentially, is filtered through a significant amount of carbon in order to pick up carbon so that it becomes carbon steel to an extent, at least. And on top of that, it takes a long time for it to go through, and you have this whole massive shift from, you know, you start with this much ore and you end up with this much actual iron that's usable to make a blade and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's really freaking cool. I think. I really like it. But either way. So I'm gonna run back and...
Kill his own father? Over some treasure? Seems so greedy.
Remember what I told you, boy? Assume nothing.
Well, sure. You seem like a great father, but...
You only know half the story.
Yes.
This is true. Alright, so I'm gonna head back to the dwarf and then hop off. We'll go ahead and raid Hula. See what he's working on. I'm sure it's something really awesome that I'm jealous of. And that maybe one day I'll have the space for. Like my dream home has a shed where I'll be able to do woodworking and smithing and all of this kind of stuff as a hobby, because I've always been really curious about this kind of stuff. I really, really want to learn how to do it. I don't know if I ever will be able to, but I really want to. Also, I need more space for my games, but that's beside the point. Incidentally, if you haven't done so, check out my latest YouTube video, because it's hilarious. Well, I think it's hilarious. I tried to make it hilarious. I thought it was reasonable. Alright, let me go visit Dwarfy Boy. Since he has a shop set up here, because freaking dwarves can apparently teleport through all of the barriers that exist on the planet. Excuse me. Tastes like Cheerios.
Well, what did you think of Fafnir's storeroom?
We found no whetstone. This dagger belongs to the reaver who took it.
They took most of the good stuff.
Oh? Well, here, take this, in exchange for the dagger.
Talisman of
The dagger you
Betrayal.
brought me is quite interesting. An artless design, but the construction is sound. Where in the temple did you find this?
In the Reaver's back.
Oh. Oh,
He mentioned he was part of a larger clan. Maybe they took the whetstone?
quite possibly. I know I've seen this design before. I have a favor to ask. Just a small favor, really. Do you remember the dagger you gave?
Of course! I literally just did.
His own son killed him? Yeah. I haven't forgotten that one.
Well, I traced it to a group of reavers that operate out of the Northry stronghold. I'd wager that's where they took their haul from Fafnir's storeroom, along with that whetstone that I could use
See, he says
to
whetstone.
help you.
He doesn't say whetstone. I will not buy any more games until I make room for the ones
Another
I
treasure
have.
hunt. Pointless.
Well, not if Sindri really can make us better equipment with that whetstone. Plus, the Reaver's son. He murdered his father.
Again, half the story, boy. Boy, don't understand. All right. Well, that's it for today. I'm going to go ahead and save. This was a good session. This was a lot of fun. Hope that you all enjoyed it. Hope that you had a good time. We are... Clip it. You have to have it on record. You have to have a permanent record of it. Oh, you're terrible. But yeah, so it was a good time. So everybody have a good weekend. I know I'm looking forward to my weekend. One fun thing that I did get a bunch of my guitar stuff. So it included one of these things, the little finger exerciser for the guitar. I know I did a Rocksmith stream a while ago. It didn't go super well. There weren't too many people who showed up, but I would like to do more of it. I don't know if it's worth it though, so we'll see. But either way, I'm super excited. I got a bunch of really cool stuff. I'm getting a new desk. My company is paying for it. So like my personal company, I have my own company, and I have enough. I've got enough of a profit that I can afford to buy myself stuff. So it's pretty cool. But that said, we're gonna go ahead and raid Texas Hula. So, like I said, as I mentioned, he's a really cool guy. He does a lot of really neat woodworking stuff, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But that said, I'm going to get going. I'm going to hop off. We will go ahead and get the raid going here. Ooh, 9.5 is on as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do Hula, because Hula's really cool. And we'll have my small raid, because not lots and lots of people. But either way, it's fun times. So either way, you all take care of yourselves. I'm gonna head out while we raid out. But take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. I will be back on Monday with the Spider-Man Miles Morales. So very much looking forward to that as always. Of course, there is also the Spider-Man 2 coming out, as well as the Wolverine game. More reasons that I have to get a PS5. Maybe my company can pay for it. Is that deductible? Can I say that it's for morale? I'll have to ask my accountant. Either way, take care, have a good weekend, and I will see you all on Monday regardless. Bye-bye.